All right, we are back after that brief break and ready to head into game number 3 of DesRow versus Winter. You know, real quick before we do, we are at Youmacon 2014 in Detroit, Michigan. We have not mentioned that in a while.
Yep.
You are tuning into our stream, and we are going to be having some great matches today as this is Championship Sunday. We're currently in the winner's bracket final. Once we determine a loser in this match, that person will go down to the loser bracket and we'll meet some formidable foes down there as well, and we'll be wrapping that out and finally culminating in the grand final to see who will go home with the big prize purse.
That's right, but we got to finish up this match first, and DesRow is up 2-0 on his opponent, so if he's able to take this game, then he secures his spot in the final. And Winter will have to battle his way through the loser's bracket, but I would not count him out just yet. He definitely has it in him to go 3 games in a row and take this match.
Yep, absolutely. So far in the first 2 games, we've seen some very aggressive play from DesRow and some sort of passive play from Winter. He hasn't really gotten much going because DesRow's kind of just hit these timings where Winter's about to do something. Like in the last game, he really wanted to get those roaches going, but right as he were to do that, all of the lings come in, or I'm sorry, all the stalkers come in and force him to make what he doesn't want to make. And going into game number 3 in the upper left-hand corner of our map, it is going to be the Orange Protoss up by 2 games. It is DesRow.
And in the 6 o'clock position on this 3-person map, down 2 games and needing to win the next 3 in a row, it is Winter. So DesRow's talking about now how he said before the match that he was going to play with his food a little bit and wanted to make the series go long. And saying he's going to go make good on those promises. So we'll see if he goes for a long macro game in this one or if he's talking about allowing Winter or preparing for maybe losing a match or a game or 2 here.
Well, you certainly do never know. It looks like DesRow is not leaving anything to chance as he already has a probe into Winter's main as he's there just making drones, and he's going to be seeing exactly what goes on. Both players using a lot of their APM for typing right now and doing that trash talk. It is a strategy, you know, distracting your opponent.
I'm not sure if they're so much trash talking each other as they are all the casters from StarCraft who have decided to start casting Hearthstone instead.
Yeah, we have a couple individuals here who think Hearthstone is the best game in the world. It's not bad. I enjoy it sometimes when I don't want to have a whole lot going on and just relax.
I mean, I will say that Youmacon was scheduled to have a Hearthstone tournament, and that never came together. So I don't know how big it can really be if it's not really coming together like that, but who knows. Anyway.
They did dedicate half a room to tabletop gaming, which is interesting, but I haven't really seen that many people over there so far.
At any rate, Winter does have his natural expansion going down now that pool is finishing up, so he did go pool first, going a little bit more safe this time.
Overlord is passing over the natural expansion of DesRow as he's beginning to make that wall. And also still has his probe scout in the natural expansion of Winter, kind of doing the patrol-y thing here at the ramp just to be sure he knows any timings of anything coming out. Can't have anything too surprising flying through the air too early in the game, so that will give him a fair warning of anything that may be coming. And it looks like he's going to have this wall wrapped up at his natural here really quickly, as Winter does not even have any gas yet, so he's still going to be staying sort of on the macro type play. Expect to see 3 hatches once again, so nothing too crazy going on. Still just using that to make those queens. Last game he did make more queens than he did in game number 1. Got that creep going a little faster, possibly in preparation for a roach push that we saw that was beginning to materialize as DesRow came in. But once again, Zergling is chasing around the scout here of DesRow to try and shoo that away a bit. Oh, Ling almost does make it into the main base as the cannon just finishes and picks it off.
So he's not going to be able to see what's going on inside, although all the important tech buildings appear to be right on that wall.
Yeah, so more and more, all the Protoss seem to be building all of their tech buildings right at the front, not trying to keep any secrets. DesRow did build his robo right at front, but unfortunately Winter was not able to get up really that close to see it at that point, both just kind of staying back and reading each other out. DesRow does have quite a bit of energy here on his Nexi as he's saving up some chrono boost, possibly for some probes here. Now is he double chrono boost. Third hatchery going down here for Winter, expanding away from his opponent. hoping to go for the long game here. He needs to get some kind of aggression out to kind of keep DesRow off the map. DesRow's sort of really been trying to really take control of that early in the game.
Yep.
Game sounds in.
So 3 bases for Winter, going for that economic boost. He's got 4 drones coming out, so he's continuing to make those drones, but we do see a Stargate now from DesRow, so it's possible that he's going to be trying to do something a little bit similar to what he did in the first game.
He is kind of keeping that back in his main base, but it looks like
Winter
Winter
did see it, yeah.
was able to see that as he just kind of did a little dance in there with his Overlord. Third base is now finished for Winter as he's going to be continuing to make drones and mine up there. Overlord is still kind of sticking around. DesRow doesn't really have anything just yet so far up here to be able to shoo the Overlords away, so he will continue to have that vision.
Yeah, but there is a Stalker coming up now that the Overlord is coming in a little bit further, but he's going to be able to see the outline of that Phoenix as it's coming out, as the Overlord will be sacrificed for that information.
He does change the Phoenix to an Oracle. The Overlord is still over the top of the Stargate when he does make that change. So if Winter was paying attention, he will have seen the change in the outline of that. But whether he knows or not, we will not know.
That's right. So Roach Warren is now going down, going up to Lair now as well. Evolution, the Chambers are in production at the same time.
So it looks like he's still continuing to get more Queens. Roach Warren is about half done. Lair about a quarter. Void Rays on the way. So this is looking a lot more like game 1 as far as DesRow is concerned. You know, which he really was able to control the field with those Phoenix, but now Oracle is on the field. I don't believe Winter has seen it yet, but now I think he smells it coming. He's moving that Queen around, and DesRow is going to go ahead and target down as many of these drones as he can before that Queen does too much damage. Looks like he's just going to kill as many as he can until that Oracle is dead. Oh no, he's going to try and fly it away, and wow. Gets, no, keep going.
Moving.
Oh. Almost, he would have been able to get that away if he would have kept on moving, but alas, it does. Oh my word. Oh my.
Oh my indeed.
So we talked about those funny builds.
Yeah. So
this looks like something I would do on Gold Ladder.
But that's interesting. Yeah. So it looks like Winter still has the drone lead. He's up 7 drones over the 50 probes of DesRow, so 57 to 50. And despite those 7 that were lost, so it really seems like Winter is trying to get that economic boost, really trying to get up there in his drone count.
So I'm going to tell you right now that I'm going to really try and hide the bias of this build, but I'm highly biased towards this build.
Well, I mean,
here.
He's going heavy tech though, and Winter's gearing up for an attack. He's got 18 Lings in production, 6 Roaches about to come out. He's got all sorts of upgrades about halfway done, so he's gearing up for a major attack here. And DesRow on the other side of the field really doesn't have a whole lot going. I mean, he's got a lot of tech happening, but not a ton of actual units on the field.
Yeah, he is working towards getting that defense going, but like you said, Winter is beginning to spread the creep across the map pretty quickly here too, getting those creep tumors out. DesRow is putting some pylons up on the top side of the map here. Not sure exactly what
that's a dark shrine he's got going on the north.
Oh yes, so hiding some tech there, 2 carriers in production. He's going to have to get these going pretty quick because Winter is heading across the map, putting all the chrono boosts in.
Yeah, this is going to be tricky. I mean, he's got a lot of gas things happening all at the same time. There's not a lot of resources to try and keep pumping out some units.
He does have his natural wall here fairly well defended. He does have a Zealot there to keep the Zerglings out, warped in a Sentry to be able to force field. So he's doing a good job of keeping the units back. So far, Sentry in the back is able to get that force field down, but is out of energy now.
Yeah, and so these probes are going to be attacked by the Zerglings. And there's just a lot here. This Nexus is likely going to fall. These Roaches are going to continue to hammer on that. The Lings are just focusing entirely on that, and that's going to be a big deal because he really needs that gas.
Only
from
losing
third base.
3 probes there until the Nexus went down. Winter was not focusing on the probes at all, but now he is at the natural expansion wall as carriers are in the field, interceptors are out, so Winter knows what is going to be going on.
Oh, but the Forge now is down, and that wall is right open. So they are walking right in. The 2 carriers are engaging as well, and some Zealots are coming down. But the Zerg forces are going straight into the main, and DesRow really needs to have some more units here if he wants to be able to deal with this.
Winter behind this is making a Hydralisk Den and a few more Lings, but not really much more army. So if DesRow can clean this up here relatively quickly, DT is warped into the main base here. So there's a lot of things attacking the units of Winter that cannot actually attack back. the natural expansion Nexus is going to be in big trouble here as the carriers are not attacking anything. The carriers are just kind of chilling out here, but Photon Overcharge is down at the natural. DesRow looks like he wants to save the main more as there are Void Rays cleaning out those roaches. Oh, but the Nexus does just barely go down.
Yeah, and he, oh my goodness, there's the natural expansion, the last Nexus that remains is taking heavy damage from these roaches, and it looks like it's going to fall as well. The probes are being pulled to try and save it. He needs to keep mining.
Is he going to be able to get this? It looks like he might just be able to. Oh my gosh.
33 health remains.
33 health. So
But
DesRow
he
is
so
able to
far
save
behind
one
him.
base. But, I mean, so he is far ahead. There's a lot of Zerglings headed across the map. If DesRow can recover from this, though, he does have that tech still, but he needs to be able to hold back here, and he needs to be able to wall this off as the Zerglings are coming in. Oh, he does not. He wanted to get that DT in between the pylon and
and that
Cybercore
Nexus
there.
goes down. This is going to be really tough for DesRow to come back from. He continues to try and shoo this away. He's got the 3 carriers, he's got the Void Rays, but he just can't mine anything, and he doesn't even have. Oh, he did rebuild one of his Nexi, but he just doesn't have a lot of income here, so he's really got to be careful.
Yeah, Hydralisks are on the way as well as the Hydralisk range and +1 range attack. While the Zerglings are still poking away at the infrastructure here at the 3rd base, there are Zerglings still in the main base as well, slowly but surely.
And it looks as though DesRow's just decided to stop trying to defend. He's going to go on the offensive, hoping that there's not a whole lot back home. But the problem is that Winter is making Spore Crawlers, he's making Hydralisks, and he's going to be able to defend this. He's got so much production, so much income.
Yeah, I mean, 7 Hydralisks already on the field, a few more in production here. He is going to fairly easily be able to defend this. The Queens here as well doing a lot of damage to the air, so this is not going to work out for DesRow here. He's trying to micro his carry back, but it does fall the anti-air too much here in the main base of Winter, so it looks like Winter is going to be able to take game number 2 as we would expect. The GG here, and it is going to be a score of 2-1.
That's right.
Going into game number 4 in favor of DesRow still. So Winter starting a comeback here. We said he needed to win 3 in a row, and he's won 1 of them. So baby steps.
Baby steps indeed. But if he keeps showing like that, he's going to be doing fairly well. I mean, DesRow really was taking kind of a longer build, you know, more going towards late game. He took that early 3rd and didn't really have a whole lot of ground troops to try and defend. And Winter really wanted to go for that Ling Roach push, and it was very effective.
Absolutely. So we're going to take a little short break here real quick as our players are getting into the lobby, getting that going, and we'll be right back with game number 4 here in just a moment.
Don't go anywhere.